Hi, my name is Marcia Denton, and I'm the owner of Meemaw Wisdom Coaching. And this month we're talking about things to consider before you just accept them into your lives. And today we're focusing on receiving and accepting unflattering feedback. Now, in our last edition, we talked about accepting negative things. It could be inside you, it could be external to you, it could be behavior, it could be words, it could be all sorts of things. This is specifically focusing on feedback, right? And let's define feedback. Feedback, we're just going to believe, is something that's intended for your higher good, to serve your best purpose. And so with that in mind, that will frame a little bit of what we're going to talk about here. But let's talk about some things that we need to consider before we just accept unflattering feedback into our lives. First of all, it's important to recognize that feedback is a gift. Even when somebody's wrong, or when they're giving you incorrect feedback, or when it doesn't fit you, or they don't know your heart, they're just judging on something out here, feedback is a gift. And in a couple of seconds, you're going to see why that is. Regardless of what it is, feedback is a gift. It's important to take it that way. Because if you've ever given feedback, something that you really intend for somebody else's higher good, best purpose, best of who they are, if you're giving that, you know how difficult it is to give unflattering feedback. So think about feedback always as a gift, regardless of what that feedback is. I always ask for feedback from people who I think are going to judge me inappropriately. They don't like me, whatever it is. I always ask for that. In fact, about 2 weeks ago, I sent a formal request to someone that I work with on in a particular situation, and she's made it abundantly clear she does not care for me. That's okay. I sent a request to her to get her feedback, because I want her to tell me what her issues are with me, if she will, instead of going and telling 4 other friends of hers. I'd rather she come to me with that. And so I'm kind of laying myself out to receive that feedback. Interestingly enough, and what happens quite often, is she has not chosen to do that. But I can actually say that I've asked her for feedback. Which I think is important. And one of the reasons why it's important to ask for feedback is that when you ask people for feedback, it always allows them to feel valued, right? She wants my feedback. He wants my feedback. Wow. And so when you have something that's unflattering to say to someone, how you say that, obviously, is critical. I've shared some stories here before, but one of them, I had to give some unflattering feedback to someone a few months ago, someone that I love, someone who has the power and authority to take some very important things away from me in my personal life. I had to tell that person the truth because I know that they want to be their best selves. And we can't always see who we are on the outside when we're living on the inside. So asking people for feedback always helps them to feel valued. And then there's 2 things that we get when we get unflattering feedback. You begin to see how other people are seeing you and how they're interpreting your behavior. That may not be your heart. It may not be what you want. It may not be what you think. That may all be incorrect. But you get to see it from within inside their eyes, right? So you get to see yourself through new eyes. And then you get to make the decision, what are you going to do with that, right? If you've got data triangulation of people or a group of people and you're seeing patterns that people are saying X to you, right, and it's unflattering, maybe you want to think about how you show up in that aspect of your life and what you can do to improve how they're seeing you and how they're perceiving your behavior. Feedback is always a gift. Meemaw Wisdom Coaching is always here to help. You'll see in the post that accompanies this video a link, and we hope that you'll click on that and reach out to us and allow us to help you in any way we can. All right, thanks.